when we offer things, I'm more of a give more rather than discount more, because discounts are great, but I create content all the time. But for now, I create a lot of content. I create a lot of bonuses. There's a book underway at the moment, getting out into practice. And so once we think about all of the offers that I have and all that's available to you guys, it's like, well, I can give a discount on that. Yes, everyone likes a discount, don't we? But at the same time, I bought something the other day that it had 5 things in there and it was $97. It had 5 things in there. I wanted one of those things, right? So I was willing to pay the $97 because I wanted one of those things, even though when that eventually comes out to the world and is eventually offered to the world will be around $45 because I wanted it now. So I was willing to pay that little bit more. Hello and welcome. Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to your needs, the needs of the practicing natural therapist. With interviews, herbal discussions, something business and something clinical each week, you'll get the variety you need and enjoy to stay motivated in practice. Hello and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How are you today? What's going on in your life? Are you managing to stay positive? Are you thinking, looking forward? What is it that you need my help with? Because I would love to help you, and you can find me in Strictly Education and Support, the Facebook group, or of course you can find me on my courses and on my website geraldineheadley.com or mentoringwithgeraldine.com. So check out the resources because there are free resources there as well as this here, us chatting. But what I wanted to talk to you today was I've got a mini training coming up in the Academy, and people say to me, what is the Academy? And it is kind of an everything, really. Like, how do I explain the Academy? And the people who are listening who are in the Academy are going, yeah, Geraldine, how do you explain the Academy? I struggle to explain it to my friends as well. So the Academy is a place for community, but it's a place for where I realize things are lacking, where I realize things are missing, where you need support, and that's where I give the education. So it does move around. I'm not an expert, obviously, in a lot of fields, but I've been doing this a long time. So there's a lot of education and support, and we've got a mini training coming up on the 14th of November, and we're actually going to dig into everybody's why and to everyone's brand. So, why do we need to say who we are? What is it we're projecting to the world? And what is our brand projecting to the world? So because it's a mini workshop, everyone who's on there, we will go and we will look at their content. We will go and see if it streams and flows, because that's something that I mess up. Doesn't matter, if there's just you doing it, which for most of us it is, and the control freaks like myself won't share things a lot, means that sometimes someone will go to a place, they might find you on Facebook, and then they follow your link to your offer, but the link in your offer isn't the same as what they followed. So they need to see that visual progression. So where they see that offer, that those pictures have to go across, the colors have to go across, so that when the person clicks on that link and goes there, they go, oh yeah, totally, this is it. Not, oh, did I land in the right place? So that's what we're going to be doing on the mini training. We're going to be going through people's brands individually, having a look through for all of the people that turn up on the call. And we're going to go through and we're going to work out our brand and our background and the who we are and why we're here. Because doing these values exercises really helps us to be able to express who we are and what we do. So everyone in the Academy gets a 30% discount to everything I deliver. And of course, Black Friday is coming up at the end of November, and I'm thinking, what shall I offer for Black Friday? Maybe I'll offer a 20% discount to everything, or maybe I'll create something, or what shall I do for Black Friday? Why not? So, but I can't, when we think about these things, that's something else. Maybe I'll segue off. This is a branding issue, isn't it? So if I offer on Black Friday, say, I'm not going to, but say I offered 50% off, right? The people in my academy who maybe aren't participating as much because they haven't got time, or they can't come and they watch everything on a recording, they might go, well, I could just buy that and not be part of your academy because I can only get to the recordings. So we have to make sure we're not annoying the people who are already in our sphere. So when we offer things, I'm more of a give more rather than discount more, because discounts are great, but I create content all the time. And I think I'll talk about content in the next episode, actually, and how we think up content. That's what I'll talk about next time. But for now, I create a lot of content. I create a lot of bonuses. There's a book underway at the moment, getting out into practice. And so once we think about all of the offers that I have and all that's available to you guys, it's like, well, I can give a discount on that. Yes, everyone likes a discount, don't we? But at the same time, I bought something the other day that it had 5 things in there, and it was $97. It had 5 things in there. I wanted one of those things, right? So I was willing to pay the $97 because I wanted one of those things, even though when that eventually comes out to the world and is eventually offered to the world will be around $45 because I wanted it now. So I was willing to pay that little bit more. And so when we think about our offers, we have to think ourselves, what is it I'm willing to pay? How much am I willing to pay if it were me buying it? If I was the one seeing that advertisement and going, yeah, I want that, I need that. So, by adding bonuses and extra content, people go, oh, like I did, oh, there's that one thing I really want in there, and the other stuff to me is the bonus, even though she wasn't actually selling it that way around. But that to me was the bit I wanted. So in the physical world with our clients, I don't tend to give true discounts. I don't say come to see me, it's 20% off, because I really value the time that I am with someone. And you wouldn't go to a physiotherapist or a chiropractor on a discount, okay? There's bills to pay. And even though I'm working from home, there is still a baseline billing that I have to cover. So, I've got all my online stuff. It actually cost me, as a minimum, I worked out recently and I skipped a lot of the stuff, but a minimum is $40,000 a year just to run my business. So, and I've missed a lot of numbers in there. So, when we really think about these numbers, then we think, even though I'm working at home, it still costs me money. I've still got all these platforms. I've still got all the kit that I've got. I'm still, I pay people, I employ people. So everything costs money. So by discounting seeing a person one-to-one, you might begin to feel that, I've done this and, this person's a real taker, and they're on me all the time about stuff, and I'm not earning any money because I've done this so cheap. So what about if, rather than the discount, you were to say, if you come to see me, then you will get recipe books, or you will get X number of recipes, or you will get something that is in, I don't give out. I have half a dozen recipes I give out, but that's it. So once I've given those out, everybody's had the recipes they're going to get off me. So when you think about it, what is it that you like to produce? What is it that you produce a lot of that you can go, yeah, that is the bonus, because I don't mind doing that, and I don't mind giving that away. I don't mind giving away those worksheets or that PDF or that recipe book or whatever it is. I don't mind doing that test give a discount on a test that or an analysis or something, rather than on your appointment time. I never ever discount my herbs. They are medicine, and you don't get a discount on medicine when you go to the pharmacy or the doctor, unless you're on a healthcare card or something. But you don't get a discount on medicine, and herbs are medicine. So I never ever discount my herbs. That's a flat rate. I've already worked out how much they're going to be. It's a total flat rate. That's your lot. That's the cost. I will give a discount on supplements. I don't mind doing that, especially, as they get more expensive, I make a bit more of a profit. So I don't mind taking 10% off. And I certainly don't mind taking 20% off the ones that are available over the counter that I can still get. So there's some companies that are behind the counter at the chemist. People love those brands. I'm happy with them. They're good brands, some of them. And so the ones that I use, but we have chemists here in Adelaide that have 20% off for members. So I don't mind giving 20% off those almost over-the-counter products that the pharmacy person can hand out, because they're getting 20% off, but I'm still getting money. I'm not holding them in my rooms. I don't physically have them. I've got nothing going off, so I've got no stock loss anymore. I had so much stock loss over the years from things going off that I haven't used. So not having stock loss is totally worth giving a 20% discount when they buy it online, and it means they're not going into a chemist. They're not going into somewhere that's going to buy, they're going to buy more things. It's like when you go online to buy something, at the bottom of the screen it comes up, the last person who bought this also bought this. Don't you want to buy it too? And that's a no. We don't want our clients on all of the things. So when you're next offering, when you're thinking, how am I going to do this? Because it's coming up to Christmas, isn't it? And with the new year, we want people to have New Year's resolutions. We want to put ourselves out there as being able to help people with those New Year resolutions, but maybe make it into a package or a program rather than having a discount. Rather than offering yourself at a discount, because that's what you're doing. You can offer things at a discount, but not ourselves, because we need to value ourselves and our skills. We've done a lot of study to get where we are. Are you still studying? Are you still working on stuff? Because if you are, really think about the amount this is costing you. What's a degree cost these days? Like $75,000 or something to get your degree. So with an outlay of that amount, you can't be affording to give discounts. What we need to do is make sure that we're offering the same thing to everyone. We can create one little cookbook and give it out to everyone. What did it cost us? The more we give it out, the cheaper the price of it becomes, because the more we've used it. So it's kind of like school uniform. School uniform's really, really expensive, but the child wears it every single day. So it's actually value for money because it was good quality in the first place, unlike the clothes you buy at the cheap shop that just really don't last. So it's price per wear, and in our case, if we're giving out a digital product, it's price per use. So initially it's cost you a lot to create it, maybe because of your time and effort. But if you do give it out to a lot of people, ultimately you can say, well, it actually only cost me a few cents to make it. It might have cost me $100 originally in time and effort, but now that I've given it out to 100 people, it's cost $1 each, and then 1,000 people 1 cent each, and so on and so forth. So as we're getting ourselves back out there, we're coming into the end of the year, and we've got to think about what's available. And I've got my academy available to everyone. I've got workshops coming up. I've got this mini training coming up so that we can process through making sure our brand flows from where we're dropping our content to where it is out in the world. You might be dropping leaflets. You might have made some posters to take round to your community centres and your libraries. Do they reflect what the person will see on your website when they go to look you up? Okay, so simple things like that. It's this flow through that I want you to think about today. The other week, I talked about, looking at your room and your space. And this one is more about how we've got that flow through. And that's what we're going to be doing on our mini training in the Academy. So I'll put the link to the Academy in the show notes so that you can have a look and see if you want to join us. And I'm going to leave it there today. I hope that you have an absolutely brilliant rest of day, and please let me know if there's anything I can help you with. And if you've got this far, you know the drill. I'd love you to leave a review. Anyway, have an absolutely brilliant rest of day, and I will speak to you soon. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.